Department. Welcome to Shamu Stadium, our 5.8 million gallon killer whale habitat. In this presentation, we will share with you some fascinating facts about the killer whales. You'll also have the opportunity to learn how we train and care for these amazing animals. Shamu came to SeaWorld nearly 50 years ago, and the entire killer whale family continues to be the inspiration behind SeaWorld's mission to celebrate, connect with, and care for our natural world. With their distinctive black and white coloration and distribution throughout the world's oceans, killer whales are one of the most recognizable animals in the sea. You to Orkid, Nakai, Makani, Kasatka, Kalia, and Amaya. Kasatka is the matriarch, meaning she is the dominant whale in our pod. She's had 4 calves and lives here with her family. Kalia, Makani, Nakai, and of course her newest granddaughter, Amaya. She's just under 5,000 pounds and around 17 feet long. How many of you have had the opportunity to see a killer whale out in the ocean? Yeah, it's pretty tough to see them out there, but luckily enough we can learn and see them here at SeaWorld. Let's talk a little bit about their physical characteristics. Our whale's weight ranges from 400 pounds to 10,000 pounds and are from 7 feet long to 21 feet in length. How many of you have noticed how difficult it is to see the size of the killer whale as they swim beneath the water? Their black and white pattern helps camouflage their size and shape from their prey. This is called disruptive coloration. Now, killer whales have a dorsal fin on their back to help stabilize them while swimming. Dorsal fins come in all shapes and sizes. Some are tall and some are short. Some are curved and some are not. A commonly asked question we get are, why are some of the dorsal fins on killer whales bent? Dorsal fins have no skeletal structure such as bone to help support their height and weight. They're made up completely of dense, fibrous, connective tissue. Imagine if we didn't have any bones in our body. We might start to slump over, right? Now, the killer whale spends more time at the surface of the water, whether here at SeaWorld or out in the ocean, that tissue in their dorsal fin may start to bend. All right, now everyone, raise your hands high in the air. Great job. Okay, now everyone, look at your hands. Did you know there's a very similar bone structure between that of your hands and a killer whale's pectoral flippers? Killer whales use their pectoral flippers for steering and stopping as they swim in the water. Now all of you, take a close look at all of these whales' white oval eye patches. Their eyes are located right in front of those white oval eye patches and near the corners of their mouth. Now just like the gray saddle patch behind their dorsal fin, killer young whales use their white oval eye patches in group interactions, swimming, and hunting. Killer whales are amongst the fastest of all marine mammals, powerful up and down the rest of their tail flukes. They generally cruise at speeds less than 8 miles per hour, but can reach speeds of 28 miles per hour. Let's watch! At least 10 different ecotypes or forms of killer whales swim in the world's oceans. Although they're all considered a single species, or Sinus orca, and they are recognizable as killer whales, ecotypes vary in size, physical features, diet, hunt size, and hunting strategies. Some killer whales herd fish into a tight ball close to the surface and use their tail flukes to stun their prey.
dive under the flow at the last second, creating a powerful wave. Some killer whales may even slide up onto sandbars and beaches to hunt seals and sea lions. Of physical adaptations and cooperative behavior for teamwork makes killer whales successful hunters of the sea. Inside their mouth are over 40 interlocking cup-shaped teeth used for grasping their prey and swallowing it whole. Here at SeaWorld, each individual whale eats between 100 to 200 pounds of restaurant-quality fish every day. But it takes more than an excellent diet to keep these whales in good health. SeaWorld's been caring for killer whales for over 50 years, and we have learned a lot, including what type of daily care keeps our whales healthy. Preventative care is a key component. How many of you have been to the doctor? Animals at SeaWorld get regular checkups just like all of you, but we do it every day. The same training techniques used for the big, impressive behaviors are also used to have our animals calmly accept regular medical procedures. This is called husbandry training.
Animal training techniques help veterinarians and trainers perform medical examinations more easily. Training the animals to do husbandry behaviors allows us to gather medical history information, helping us to provide top-quality animal care. An important component is to train all our animals to calmly accept routine medical procedures, like taking measurements and weights. Routine measurements allow us to determine actual growth rates for an animal, information that is nearly impossible to obtain in the wild. The whales also exhale on cue, and from that we can get blowhole samples to be cultured. We're also able to examine the whale's teeth and perform dental work if needed. Because of successful training techniques, the whales even give us a urine sample when signaled to do so. And we can calmly take blood samples from the tail tubes, since the veins are so close to the surface of the skin and easy to see. Delicate procedures also are possible, such as taking x-rays and obtaining sonogram data. By routinely conducting husbandry procedures, we can establish healthy baseline data for each animal, and then we can use the baseline data to more easily diagnose and treat illnesses. Plus, we can share this information with other professionals involved in caring for the same species, as we all strive towards the same mission of protecting and preserving these amazing animals.
Now here's Summer to explain more.
Husbandry training is one of the most important things that we can do here at SeaWorld. It's the health care of our animals. Today, all of you are given the opportunity to see how we've actually received blood samples from our killer whales. So you'll notice all the trainers ask their whales to roll over and present their tail flukes. Now, once they present their tail flukes, then of course one of our vets can come in and receive the blood sample. Now, these blood samples are crucial because they're one of the main ways that we can make sure that our animals are staying healthy, and also one of the many ways that all of our whales can participate in their own health care. Thank you, Kalia. You were a great help.
We have learned a great deal about caring for killer whales here at SeaWorld by collaborating with scientists on research studies. Yet much remains to be discovered and understood. Learning about killer whales here can lead to a better understanding of the animals, both in the parks and in the wild. For example, like most of the ocean's marine mammals, killer whales have developed complex sounds that they use to explore their world and communicate with each other. They produce these sounds through their blowhole. More than 12 years of research have been done right here at SeaWorld Stadium on killer whale vocal development. This stadium is equipped with underwater microphones called hydrophones. We use hydrophones to determine which whale is making the call and what call the whale is making. Through research, we discovered that killer whale vocal development is similar to human language development. Whale calves start out by making cries. They then move on to babbling. And finally, they sound like the adults.
We've had the opportunity to train a variety of vocalizations on the surface of the water, such as and of course, everybody's favorite.
We just heard how killer whales communicate with each other, but how do we communicate with them? Training animals takes a long time and involves many different steps. An important part of training is spending time with the whales and getting to know them better. How many of you like to spend time with your friends? Sure, by spending time with our friends, we get to know them better. Our trainers do the same thing with our whales by building training sessions that are interesting, stimulating, and fun. Now, here's trainer Christy to tell you what we can see today.
Well, good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Well, great. I have a question for all of you. How many of you out there love killer whales? Awesome. I see a lot of hands. Well, I love killer whales too. One of my favorite parts about being a trainer is teaching them something new. Now, how many of you are learning something new in school? What's something new you're learning? Math? Very good. How about reading? History? Great. Well, just like all of you, our killer whales learn every single day. We have a variety of interactions that we offer them, and today you're going to see what we call a learning session. So we're actually going to have Kasatka out here, and she's learning a behavior called a high zipper. Can everyone say zipper? Awesome. Well, we're going to show you the step-by-step process that we take to teach them how to do this behavior. Now, we as trainers have two very important tools. Can everyone see the whistle around my neck? Great. Well, what this does is it tells the whales, yes, you've done that correct. Now, your teachers and parents, they tell you when to do a good job, right? Exactly. Well, our killer whales can't hear our voices, so we use this whistle to tell them you've done that correct, and we're going to reward you in some fashion. This is what it sounds like. Pretty cool. Now, the other tool we have is a target bowl. Here's a really long one up here in front. This is a very important tool as a trainer. What we do is we teach the killer whales to lightly touch this bead. Let's see if I can train someone here. Good job! Very good. Well, that's pretty much how we train the killer whales. They're very curious, just like you are. And so once they understand that concept of touching the target, we can use this tool to teach them all the behaviors that you're going to see today in this presentation. So let's see if Kasatka is ready. Looks like the trainers are getting ready. Okay. So what Missy's going to do is she's going to be giving Kasatka the signal. And the signal looks like this. Okay, once Kasatka understands that signal through us teaching them with the target bowl, we can then, in a session or a show, ask them to do that behavior. Now, at the conclusion of this, we're going to show you what the finished product looks like. Now, I want you all to pay close attention to two things. The first is when Kasatka hears the whistle, she is going to get a reward. And what do you think a killer whale likes as a reward? Fish. Yes, they like fish. But guess what? We have a lot of other things that we can reward them with besides fish. We have ice cubes, jello. We can give them a nice back rub. We can pour warm water in their mouths and along their backs. We can give them toys. How many of you out there like toys? Awesome. Well, so do our killer whales. So we have a lot of different things we can reward her with. So let's take a look on stage and see what the trainers are doing. Now the second part is, how many of you make mistakes or you don't always get everything right in school, right? We all have that happen. Do you like when that happens? No, but you know what? That is a very important part of failure, and that's okay. You have to try harder, and maybe your teacher has to help you in another way. So you're going to see how we deal with incorrect behaviors. So when Kasatka doesn't get it right, she will not hear the whistle. She'll return to their trainer, and the trainer will just pause for a couple seconds, and we move on. So we're looking for her to handle that failure, and we can reward her for that. All right, did everyone hear the whistle? Yes, okay, great. So now what I want to do is get you all involved in rewarding our killer whale. So everyone needs to pay close attention and listen for the whistle. Only if we hear the whistle, all of you are going to scream and shout and cheer for Kasatka. So everyone listen.
Okay, look at the whale. Look at the whale.
Yeah! Everyone say, great job, Kasatka! Awesome! Okay, it looks like we're going to end there, but we're going to ask Orkid to come out. Now, she's 27 years old, and she already knows how to do this behavior. So we're going to show you what the final behavior looks like. So if you have a camera, get it out, because this is a very cool picture. Now everyone, look over to the right, you'll see the gate is open. This is one of the ways we can vary what we do with the animals. The animals can take part in certain parts of the presentation or shows, or we can take them up into the back pool and play with them. So we can vary everything we do. So Orkid's on her way out. This is a high zipper. Very cool. Let's give Kasatka and Orkid a round of applause. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we had a very special thing happen on December 2nd. Kalia, who just 10 years ago was born in this very show pool, gave birth to her first baby. Now the gestation was 17 months long, but everyone take a look. The journey began long ago.